Welcome to the Star Power Mini version, which can be seen as part 1 of the video audio course. This is where most of the book's exercises will be explained with even more detail in a shorter, concise way. So if there was anything that you were unsure about in the book, you will fully understand the concepts more from this course. I've intended for everything to be much clearer regarding the objective reasons, benefits, and purposes of why we should be doing any of this New Agey stuff in the first place. Chapter 2, Think Future. So everyone, let's get into Chapter 2. This is inspired by Chapter 7, Think Future, Creation of the Mental World and Invoking Emotional Power from the full version of Star Power. Why think future? Many people think it's absurd and utterly ridiculous to visualize and mentally focus on the outcomes and goals they desire. They find all types of ways to cope with the feeling of lacking what they want by blaming external circumstances or just plain flat. Chapter 3, Imagination Realization. Hello everyone, let's begin Chapter 3. This chapter is a combination of Chapter 8, Think Food, and Chapter 11, Creating Within the Mental, Removing the Veil of the Subliminal, from the full version of Star Power. Conflating the mind with the physical, anchoring intention into creation. Most grown adults see visualization as silly and a pointless activity. However, those who think in that fashion are often the same people who constantly have. Chapter 4, The Secret of Symbolism and the Mind. Now let's get into Chapter 4. This is inspired by Chapter 10 in the full version, How Symbolism and Imagery Influence Reality's Direction. How symbolism changes your life, communicating to the subconscious. So why even take the time to create symbols that reflect your life goals and outcomes? After all, you have so many other things to take care of in life, like work or school, family, friends, and of course, doom scrolling on social media. But that's just Chapter 5, Crafting Coincidence. Now let's move on to Chapter 5, which references from Chapter 12, the world of omens and outcomes, synchronicities, manifestations, names, numbers, symbols, imagery, geometric associations, and numerology in the full version. The individual mind within the greater mind. As you will notice, this is where Star Power delves into topics that may be foreign to some of you newbies in this. Chapter 6, Crafting Coincidence, Part 2. Let's get started with Chapter 6, Part 2 of Crafting Coincidence, which also references the Chapter 12 of Star Power's full version. Next up is Exercise 3. This will be the beginning of an extremely useful tool for the rest of your life. It's a game changer, learning the coveted and sacred art of numerology. As mentioned previously, we use this knowledge to arouse an innate harmony in our lives. Chapter 7, Discovering the True Power from Your Astrological Synchronicities. Hello and welcome to Chapter 7. This chapter will draw aspects from Chapter 13, Astrological Power and its masterful correspondences to you, as featured in the full version of Star Power. Like attracts like, the journey of celestial correspondences. As the title suggests, we will urgently seek more correspondences within existence that relate. Chapter 8, The Hidden You. Now let's get into Chapter 8. This is a reference to Chapter 14, Part 1, Infinite Energy Forever, Yin, Yang, Sources of Qi, and Vibration. And Chapter 14, Part 2, Infinite Energy Forever, Mudras, Aura, Chakras, Healing Touch, Grounding, and Synchronicities, and the big version of Star Power, The Hidden Power Inside You. The topic of the body's subtle. Chapter 9, Rhythm. Every outcome has a beat. Welcome to Chapter 9. This is a reference to Chapter 15, Subconscious Suggestion, Rhythm, Repetition, Chanting, and Affirmations in the full version of Star Power. As you can see within Star Power's chapters, there is a consistent theme of the subconscious, the conscious, and repetition, mentioned in great detail. This is because the whole. Chapter 10, Closing Thoughts. Now for some closing thoughts as we end these chapters. You may or may not be aware of this, but all things in reality, as we know as life experience, come and go because of intention or desire, or the lack therefore of desire to bring it about. This is what manifests experience. Speaking it, thinking it, and feeling it is it. And no, not the mundane belief that